Hello again. So I'm going to look at another one of my decks. This is the Merlin Tarot. There is no box for this. I picked it up at a car boot, believe it or not. As I say, Merlin Tarot. It's quite a large deck. No embossing, so you'd be able to emboss it if you wanted to. That's the back of the card. So you've got Merlin, or the Green Man, if you want to call it that. Now, as I say, it's based on the stories of Merlin. It's very different from your normal tarot deck. And it's based on 3 worlds, the stories of Merlin. So you've got the lunar world, solar world, and the stellar world. The major arcana are put on these 3 worlds, as I say, based on the stories of Merlin. So if you don't know those stories of Merlin and King Arthur, I would advise you to familiarise yourselves with that first, or with those stories first. As you see, these are very different. So you've got the 78 card deck as normal. Now I'm just going to run through the major arcana, and straight away there's no 0. It starts from number 1, and number 1 you've got the moon. Now you're going to see that the major arcana are set up completely different from your normal tarot deck, and that's why I say it's best to familiarise yourselves with the stories of Merlin before you use this deck. It's a lovely deck. The pictures are watercolours, a lot of detail in the pictures, and I think this is one of the nicest decks that you can get. Not for everyone. If you're used to using the normal tarot, you may find this pretty difficult to pick up. But then again, if you familiarise yourself with the legends first, you'd probably find it a lot easier. If you're one of those people who likes to cut round the borders, you could probably do it at the sides. There we've got 21 is a priestess, 22 the universe. So as you can see with the major arcana, definitely not your normal deck. And I did go past the Fool. There it is, Fool number 7. And when I was younger, when I was a kid, I did read all the Arthurian books, all the Merlin books, which I really enjoyed. But if you ask me now, I probably couldn't tell you half of the stories. It's not something I'm into at the moment. So this is a deck I don't really use as such, but I really like the deck. I think it's a really nice one. Now you'll see as well, the minor arcana is slightly different. For batons, we've got serpents. For wands, this is your serpents. And as you can see, from 2 till 10, it's just the pip cards. So that may not suit everybody, although it does have a word at the bottom, just one word, sort of giving you maybe a little nudge in the direction that you should be going in. Here we have the page, the knight, the queen and the king. The next one is the swords, and in this deck it's birds. So there's the ace. So as you can see, again at the bottom, for the cards 2 to 10, you've got the word at the bottom giving you a nudge in the right direction, just to help you out if you are not too keen on just the pips. There is a little bit of information that I found on the internet about this particular deck. Not that much though. You can get a book for it, and it might be useful if you... And I don't have a book or an instruction manual or anything with these cards. It's literally going by what I feel myself, and other than that, to try and get any kind of detail for it, for this deck, I need to go on the internet to have a look. But as you can see, the actual pictures very detailed, not the pip cards obviously, but the court cards and the major arcana, really detailed, really nice cards. The last suit in the minor arcana are your discs, but in here they are beasts. You've got quite a few deer. Now, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, lots of pip cards. But a beast, a fox, a horse, bear, badger. So that's your Merlin Tarot. Now, as I say, the cards are quite big. I can barely get my hands around them. Easier to shuffle vertically than horizontally. The cardstock, not bad. Usual cardstock, so they should last quite a while. As I say, if you wanted to cut around the sides, you'd be able to do that. I wouldn't cut it off at the bottom because you'd be losing the words on the pip cards. There you go, watercolours I would say, but quite nice, vibrant colours. And looking up at some of the information I got on the web, quite a few people like this deck. And use it to read with. Some people think that it's not a beginner's deck. Again, I think it's your personal preference. I think if you're a beginner to tarot, if you are drawn to these cards, then that's the one for you. If you're not drawn to them, if you pick them up and you just like the images but you can't really get a feeling for the cards, then find a different deck. Because anybody who's been reading the cards for a while will tell you, although these are really nice cards, I personally really like the pack, but I don't get drawn to reading with it, and so I don't use it. Simple as that. If I'm not drawn to actually reading with it, I don't use it. But picking it up at car boots, I think it cost me a couple of quid, and I absolutely love the images. I think the major arcana especially, absolutely gorgeous cards. So whether you're a beginner or an expert tarot reader, it doesn't matter. You go with what you're drawn to. And these cards are designed by R.J. Stewart, and it's the Merlin Tarot deck. Let me know what you think of them in the comments below, if you like them or not. Let me know if you read with them and how you find them, and whether you find the major arcana very different to your normal tarot cards. But as I say, if you were making yourself familiar with the stories of Merlin and King Arthur anyway, you'd probably be able to follow the sequence that they've done with the major arcana, and you probably wouldn't have any problems with it then. But Merlin Tarot deck by R.J. Stewart, that one. Thank you for joining me, and click subscribe if you want to see any more, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks, bye.